The name Strait of Hormuz The name Strait of Hormuz seems to create an invisible tension whenever it is mentioned in news analysis or discussions about war. It is a narrow waterway, yet it holds the balance of the entire global economy. Every day, countless ships pass through this route, carrying oil and fuel, and with them, the future of the world. But the real question is it just a passage, or does it hide something far deeper that we still fail to fully understand? Because the truth is, Hormuz is far more than what we see. It is not just a line on a map. It is a reality shaped by nature, history, and the human struggle for survival, forming a mysterious and complex story. Imagine a place where the sun is so intense that midday feels like everything must stop. The air is hot, the land is dry, and fresh water is almost priceless. Survival itself is a challenge here. Yet for thousands of years, empires have come, traders have crossed distant seas, and explorers have risked their lives to reach this place. Why? What is it that keeps drawing people back? To find the answer, you cannot just observe Hormuz. You have to feel it. The moment you step onto Hormuz Island, the first thing that captures your attention is its extraordinary colors. Red, yellow, orange, purple. The mountains appear layered like a masterpiece. It feels as if nature itself has painted a vast canvas. Behind this beauty lies millions of years of history. Volcanic heat, oceanic pressure, and the passage of time have shaped every layer of this island. These mountains are not just rocks, they are records of time, each layer telling a story of fire, water, and transformation. Standing here feels almost like being on another planet. Yet within this beauty lies a harsh reality. Life here is far from easy. The people of this island do not fight against the environment. They understand it. They know they cannot change it, so they adapt themselves instead. Their lives move in rhythm with the heat. Work begins at dawn, pauses at midday, and resumes in the evening. Their homes are designed to allow airflow and reduce heat, with thick walls and small windows. Everything carefully planned. Nothing here is wasted. And this is where Hormuz teaches its deepest lesson. Survival is not about having more resources, but about knowing how to use what you have. Every day, massive oil tankers pass by this island. So large they look like floating cities from a distance. They carry a significant portion of the world's energy supply. On one side, there is a global economy worth billions of dollars. On the other, small villages where people live simple lives. These two realities exist side by side, yet they remain worlds apart. This contrast makes Hormuz even more unique. Even the sea here is different. The water temperature is so high that corals would not survive in many other parts of the world. But here, they have adapted over thousands of years. Those that could not adapt disappeared. Those that did became stronger. These corals are not just beautiful. They are life itself. Fish, fishermen, and the entire coastal ecosystem depend on them. However, this delicate balance is slowly breaking. Pollution, oil, and human pressure are weakening this fragile system. When this balance collapses, its impact spreads far beyond this region. Nearby, there is a remarkable forest where trees grow in salty water. Where ordinary plants cannot survive, these trees have evolved differently. They filter salt through their roots and release it through their leaves. This forest is not just a collection of trees, it is a birthplace. Many marine creatures begin their lives here, forming the foundation of the food chain. Losing this forest does not just mean losing a place, it means losing an entire future. At the center of all this stands the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage, yet one of immense global importance. Even a small disruption here can affect the entire world, but the people who live here see it differently. For them, it is not a source of fear, it is life. They understand the sea, the wind, and time itself. And this is where the real story begins. Because this place is not just a route, it is a warning. The world is changing, and those who can adapt will survive. This narrow waterway carries about 20% of the world's oil every day. That makes it not just a sea route, but a lifeline of the global economy. You may be far away, but any event here can still impact your life. That is why there is always an invisible tension surrounding Hormuz. Powerful nations constantly monitor this region. The strait is so narrow that even massive tankers must navigate with extreme caution. A small mistake can lead to major crises. And within this caution lies uncertainty, because the region is not only economically important, but also politically sensitive. Any tension here risks triggering global consequences. Yet life continues for the local people. Their concerns are simple. Will there be fish today? How is the weather? How will the day pass? These two realities, global and local, exist side by side. This contrast gives Hormuz its depth. Here, time moves slowly. The environment forces people to slow down. Heat, wind, and water control life, and through this control, people find a rhythm. But one question remains: how long will this balance last? The world is changing. Sea temperatures are rising, pollution is increasing, and pressure is growing. These changes are felt first in places where balance is fragile, places like Hormuz. Even small changes can have massive effects. If corals disappear, fish will decline. If fish decline, human lives will change. If forests vanish, the entire food chain will be disrupted. These changes happen slowly, but inevitably, and eventually they become impossible to ignore. That is why Hormuz is not just a place, it is a warning. It teaches us that survival is not about power, but about adaptation. It is not just about using resources, but also about preserving them. Because the world is a complex system where everything is connected, and even a small part can influence the whole planet. In the end, one question remains: are we truly understanding these signals, or are we still only seeing the surface? Because the world is changing slowly but surely, and those who can adapt to this change will be the ones who survive in the future.